Welcome, I'm Chase Carrington, and welcome to Chase the Sun. Right now I'm doing one of my hands-on Bible studies where I put a study right in front of me, a passage in front of me, and I study it, just like I would if the camera wasn't off, using the Logos Bible software. And usually, and in this case, I'm studying for my Bible study that I lead. So I'm preparing for that. Let's get started. So yesterday we honestly didn't get much of anywhere. This is my outline. We really just kind of went over the first verse and what Canaan's all about in Galilee. So yeah, so that's really all we got. Connected a few things. We just kind of said, okay, Jesus returns to where his ministry started in Cana of Galilee. And I think it is important to note that John seems to remind us. John reminds us of his previous miracle, which started his ministry, which occurred at Cana. So that's what I have so far. So now let's take a look at this official here. Who is he? What's he about? Let's see what we have. So actually first, I'm going to look for my passage guide. New tab, passage analysis. Here we go. Passage guide. Here we go. I'm going to see if we can find the official as one of the characters, one of the biblical people. Let's see, John the Baptist. Wait. See, this is not connected. I always forget to connect it. Link it. This other passage is, oh boy, the beach ball. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. So this is Cana here, and then Capernaum. Then Galilee. Different things for the biblical places. First, let's take a look. The ruler in Cana. Let's see what the dictionaries have to say. Small Jewish village, 1st century Galilee. What does it have to do with the rule? I guess he's mentioned in these passages. Let's see, Cana. Not much here on the ruler. No specific articles on him. We have a couple about Cana. I'm going to take a look at this real quick. We already kind of talked about the geography and the location. 1st century Galilee, the Israelite region north of Judea and Samaria. My mic's making some noise. Let's see. Cana, from the Hebrew word meaning reeds, is known primarily from references in John's Gospel. Jesus' first 2 miracles recorded by John took place in a small village. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. Jesus was residing in Cana. He healed an official's son who was in Capernaum. Jesus' second public miracle that John records. The text repeats that Capernaum was down from Cana. See also, okay, suggests that Cana was higher in elevation than Capernaum on the northern shore of the Sea of Galilee. Let's see possible locations, bibliography. So we really don't know much about this little town. Now let's check out Capernaum. I'm just comparing these two towns here. So yes, this was kind of home base for Jesus, something I was aware of. And let's see, Capernaum means the house or town of Nahum. That I did not know. I'm just going to highlight that just because I find that a very interesting fact. Oh. No, wrong thing. Great. Come on. My computer. However, the identity of this Nahum is unknown. Interesting. In New Testament times, Capernaum was the center of commerce, fishing, and trade were important. The town was also a Roman tax polling station. It was small compared to Magdala. It was situated on the road connecting the regions with Damascus. Recent Franciscan excavators at Capernaum have noted an ancient milestone 100 meters north of the synagogue bearing the inscription Emperor Caesar Divi, the Emperor Caesar of the Divine, indicating that it was a strategic post for the Romans. Okay, also reference. Okay. Also speak Jesus' mother. Okay, the lake on which Capernaum was built is 4 different names. Wow. This I did not know. That's rather interesting. It's all the same lake, so I'll remember that next time I read. So early excavations. New Testament era, here we go. Although not as prominent city as of Jerusalem, Capernaum looms large in the events of Upper Galilee region. Galilee region. This town was definitely an important town. A vital town. This is also known for bustling fishing centers. Capernaum, Peter. Okay. According to Matthew 4, and Jesus was led up by the Spirit in the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. And these stones become loaves of bread. Oh, here we have specific verses. Now I heard that John had been arrested, he withdrew into Galilee. Leaving Nazareth, he went and lived in Capernaum. Well, there's quite a few miracles here. Now let's take a look at some of these miracles since we are discussing one in this passage. So first, this healed Jairus' daughter. Fed 5,000 people. Come on, guys, let me see if I can. Oh, now it sounds worse. There we go. Sorry, guys, hope I didn't hurt anyone's ears. Caught a miraculous amount of fish. Healed a demon-possessed man. Healed Peter's mother-in-law. Healed a paralytic centurion. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Just gotta take a quick break, guys. Okay, I am back. Just had to take a call real quick. So we have all these miracles here. Form is interesting. Wait, am I heal centurion's servant? Yeah, it does not mention, because while the actual miracle was done in Capernaum, the Jesus wasn't physically in Capernaum, so they consider that not to be a miracle there. So I find that interesting. This commonplace, he will come a lot. I was just wondering the relation overall. It was an important town, so I think that's something worth adding. So now I want to take a look, and I noticed this in one of my commentaries. What does it mean by official? So let's see here. It says official. So let me just see. Oops. Official. Spelling that all wrong, aren't I? So it's just easier to copy and paste. Okay, yeah. Let's see. There we go. Official. Let's take a look. See if there's anything underneath that. There is not. I didn't think there would be. It's a very generic term. Let me see if I search. Okay, there's a lot of instances. Trying to figure out how exactly navigate through the searching. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna close that for now. So actually, I'm gonna just check my commentary and see what these commentaries have to say. Right here it says nobleman, courtier. So it could mean courtier, king's servant, one connected with the royal household, such as Chusa. Okay, so Chusa was Herod's household manager. And then Menane. Might as well check this out. Let's see, Menane. See, Lucius the Cyrene, Menane, a lifelong friend of Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. So, essentially, it doesn't necessarily mean that he is of great authority, but associated with authority. Well, it seems like they definitely are someone of authority. So, royal official. The Greek term used here could denote a member of a royal family, the royal family of Herod, but it more likely refers to a Roman official serving Herod as the ruler of Galilee on behalf of Rome. So he might have been a ruler. So honestly, his level of authority is uncertain. So let's see. He could. Oh, you guys can't see that. He could have been a member of a royal family. Or a household official. Or even or he could have been, as it says here, it's likely he could have just Could have been a ruler. On behalf of Rome. I think regardless, and I think as we see, wait, nope, nope, nope. I'm not scrolling down. There we go. So let's see. We can just read through this and see if there's anything that indicates his level of authority. See, when this man heard that Jesus had come from Judea to Galilee, he went to him and asked him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. So Jesus said to him, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." The official said to him, "Sir, come down before my child dies." Jesus said to him, "Go, your son will live." The man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him and went on his way. As he was going, his servants met him and told him that his son was recovering. So he asked them the hour when he began to get better. And they said to him, "Yesterday at the 7th hour, the fever left him." The father knew that was the hour that Jesus had said to him, "Your son will live." And he himself believed, and all his household. Now this was now the second sign Jesus did when he had come from Judea to Galilee. Okay, wait, what's going on here? Okay. So this commentary is anything else on this guy's authority? Boy's healing is connected to the father's belief in Jesus to heal. Compare, let's see. Come on. There we go. Ah, the faith of the centurion. I think one thing we can say, regardless, I think this is what is being communicated, is and I think that says a lot. And as indicated, he had to go up to Canaan himself. He went up to Canaan to see Jesus. So I think regardless, it's important to note this man was a man of importance. Whether he was a royal family member, a household servant of note, or a ruling official, he was a man of importance. I think that says a lot. A man of importance. And let's see. And then we'll see in the next verse, he went to great lengths to get Jesus to heal his son. So let's take a look at the next verse. Okay. Please, computer. There we go. Lord, heal my computer. There we go. There we go. Since I have a face cam, I gotta be more wary of my where I'm putting things. So is the audio unsynced again? It is. Oh yeah, I'll see. There's a bunch of stuff going on. Okay. Back to verse... What? Why does it say 46? Okay. Oh, my computer's playing games with me. Don't worry, we will push through. There we go. Okay. When this man heard that Jesus had come from Judea to Galilee, he went to him and asked him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. So we have something interesting here. When this man heard that Jesus had come from Galilee, he went to him and asked him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. And unlike, and I can't think of the miracle off the top of my head, or I'm not even sure if there ever was a case, but in this case, he did not send a servant. He did not send a message. He himself went to Cana. And it's indicated, let me see if I can find that again. Cana is at a lower elevation. So he actually had to go up to Cana. So let's copy this. So the official. Let me see something real quick. Just realized there was a verse 3. Wait a moment. Let's see. This is where verse 45 becomes important. So actually I'm going to add this. Why is it not working? There we go. The official heard of Jesus' return. Oh, I did official twice. Heard of Jesus' return. So from this time in verse 45 it says, so when he came to Galilee, the Galileans welcomed him, having seen all that he had done in Jerusalem at the feast, for they too had gone to the feast. So he kind of made a bit of an impactful return when dealing with the Galileans and returning from Judea. Now let's go back to another point I see here in this verse, something of note. And that is the idea that an important official went himself to Jesus. I think that speaks, that speaks volumes. And actually, let me see. I don't frequently use this commentary. I'm curious what this commentary has to say. Okay, this is not saying verse 1 through 9. Okay, this is chapter 5. 43 through 54. Father was an old man, yet the son was sick. Honors and titles are no security for sickness and death. The greatest men must go themselves to God, must become beggars. The nobleman did not stop from his request till he prevailed. But at first he discovered the weakness of his faith in the power of Christ. It's hard to persuade ourselves that distance of time and place are no hindrance to the knowledge and mercy and power of our Lord Jesus Christ. Christ gave an answer of peace. Christ saying that the soul lives, makes it alive. The Father went his way, which showed the sincerity of his faith, being satisfied. I didn't even think about the observation that way. He did not hurry home that night, but returned as one easy in his own mind. His servants met him with the news of the child's recovery. The good news will meet those that hope in God's word. Diligent comparing the works of Jesus with his words will confirm our faith. And the bringing of the cure to the family brought salvation to it. Thus, an experience of the power of one word of Christ may settle the authority of Christ in the soul. The whole family believed likewise. The miracle made Jesus dear to them. The knowledge of Christ still spreads through families, and men find health and salvation to their souls. Now, I believe, this is Matthew Henry. Matthew Henry brings up a couple... this is Matthew Henry. This brings up a couple interesting points I didn't notice before. And let's see. Here we go. The Father went away in sincerity, showed the sincerity of his faith. Actually, no, I'm going to highlight all this. I think this is very interesting because I didn't think about that. And to add to that, not just did he go away easily satisfied with Jesus' response, but even once he realized the connection, or see, when he returns to servant, they said, yesterday at the 7th hour, the fever left him. The Father knew that was the hour when Jesus had said to him, your son will live, and he himself believed. He knew that that was the hour. So he had noted it and expected it in a degree. Now, I'm reading too much into that a little bit. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's take this as it comes. But it is something I think is worth noting. I think this observation is very unique here. And then another thing, here we go, this one here. And how the physical actions of Jesus brought them closer to his word. I think that is a very interesting perspective and observation on this. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, 47. When this man heard that Jesus had come from Judah of Galilee, he went to him and asked him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. I think a question that I think I will ask my Bible study group is, what would cause a man to go to Jesus for healing? Why would he go travel up travel up to Cana, a neighboring city, albeit, but it still had to move. He didn't send a servant. He himself went to Jesus and asked for his healing and a miracle to happen. So why would he do that? Well, I think it's fairly evident here. His son was sick at the point of death. Now, it's never indicated here, but it's quite possibly a sickness that he might have struggled with for a while. And possibly he could have even he probably sought other remedies, consulting doctors or healers at the time. That brings up an interesting thing I might want to look up in a second, but it might get me on a tangent, so I may not do that. But first, let's put this down. I believe the best answer to this question: what would cause, not a man, sorry, this man, to go to Jesus for healing? I think out of love for his dying son, for sure. And I think also also the love for his dying son, but even out of the possibly out of desperation for a cure. Again, there's not much to this passage, so it doesn't give us a ton of details. Just want to make sure I'm not reading too far into this. But a man like this would definitely, as we see, he went to him and asked him to come down, heal his son, for he was at the point of death. Things were getting dire for his son. His son was about to die. He was asking him to come and heal his son. So now let's see. Asked him to come down and heal his son. What was this man expecting? Healing, complete healing for his son. He wanted Jesus to come with him and heal his son. Let me see. Are there any cross-reference verses that might... This verse has pretty much nothing. See if my commentaries have anything to add here. 47. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, he was probably among those. Whoops. Probably among those who saw or heard his signs. Okay, why am I Why am I typing words twice? So the official heard of Jesus' return. And as we see in John 4:45, so when he came to Galilee, the Galileans welcomed him, having seen all that he had done in Jerusalem at the feast, for they too had gone to the feast. Now, actually, let me check this real quick. Second sign. Well, what was the first? And yeah, the first was the water into wine. So maybe not necessarily signs. That's the wrong. It's a little bit wrong there. Yeah, all things that he done in Judea. So let's actually do a quick summary. So what did Jesus do in Judea? Let's see. What did he do in Judea? Let's take a look. Trying to think. There's actually a tool that will help me with this. Come on. What was it called? Let's see. No. Okay, let me just look on our tools. Maybe guides. Let's see. Text comparison. No, that wasn't it. Where is it? Huh. Wait. Bible. Here we go. This will be helpful. It's exactly what I'm looking for. If it loads sometime today. There we go. So what we know of, let's see, clears the temple. Let's see, money changers. Yeah, so all things he said. And actually just go to chapter 2. Passover's at hand. Okay. See, Jesus knows what is in man. Many believed in his name when they saw the signs he was doing. Now let's see about this. So it does mention signs. This is of these we have no record. So there were signs. We just don't know of them. At the same time, we have a situation where, let's see, back to where we were. Now, the second sign Jesus did when he had come from Judea to Galilee. Let's see if any of my commentaries have any clarity to offer. That is in Cana, done after he came out of Judea as the former before. This is a tad confusing. So, this does not refer to any chronological order, but what had been done in Cana. So let's see what this one has to say. To compare commentaries whenever possible. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. It's just an odd way of wording it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let me compare translations. Let me see if that. There we go. Text comparison. So let's see. 454. There we go. I'm curious to see what the difference is. Now, this was also the second sign Jesus performed after he came from Judea and Galilee, so it's the same in all these versions. Now, let me see if I use a paraphrase Bible. Paragraph? No, that's not what I'm thinking about. Oh well, might as well see what this thing has to say. And it's stuck. Okay. Came out of Judea into Galilee. When he came out of Judea into Galilee. This is curious, honestly. I might have to actually look this up. See if there's any other commentaries that offer some better understanding. I like what they're saying there, and I guess that does make sense, but it's just an odd way to refer to one location, right? Alright, done after he came out of Judea as the former before. Well, what is the former miracle? Let's go back to this again. Jesus preaches in Galilee. Heals an official's son. Servant of the ruler. Hmm. This is interesting. This is very interesting. I'm just honestly, it is kind of a small. Well, no. It's not small. It's not a small thing. Actually, I think I tend to agree with that one commentary that it would make sense that this is referring to Cana, because again, the other side that connects to the story and is even mentioned at the beginning is turning water into wine. First sign. So yes, this I think is a way of John. It is an interesting wording. John noting that again miracles have occurred, calling back again to the water made wine. But I'm really getting lost. So let's really get back on track and focus. He was probably among those who saw and heard his acts at Judea and so really his signs. So let me actually go forward again. I want to pull that one verse. Mention signs. Okay, come on. Oh boy. There we go, 23. Saw or heard of his signs. Let's see what we have here on this verse. Let's first read the verse. When this man heard that Jesus had come from Judea to Galilee, he went to him and asked him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. So the official heard of Jesus' return. And of course, mentioned that verse. He was probably among those who saw or heard of his signs in Judea. It says, when they saw the signs he was doing. Excuse me. The official went himself to Jesus, traveling up to Canaan. And what caused this man to go to Jesus for healing? That is something to consider. Now I want to put a question mark there. Faith in Jesus' power. So let's look at the rest of that before we think about this. Because did he travel because he was confident in Jesus' ability? At the same time, we have it indicated by Jesus himself. Let's back up again. Come on. I have to close a couple programs. Pretty sure I have them all closed. There we go. Says, unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe. Because it's interesting. He does have faith enough in Jesus' power to be turned away and believe that Jesus actually healed his son. Because, it's not like he could text up his son or something and say, hey, feeling better, buddy? Nah. Couldn't do that. He had to actually go, walk, possibly for a good amount of time. Curious what the walk is between. Let me see if I can search this. What is the walk between? What is the walk between Canaan and Capernaum like? spelled everything all wrong, but let's see if it works. Walk between Cana and Capernaum. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This could be a useful resource. Capernaum to Cana. Wow, 16 miles. Now, let's see. How fast does the average human walk? I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, just had an interruption. I have never been interrupted so many times this stream before. Okay, back to business. Oh, yes, distance between Capernaum and Cana. Oh, yeah, now I was going to see. How fast can the average human walk? Let's see. How fast can the average, let's see, average walking speed 3 to 4 miles per hour, 1 mile every 15 or 20 minutes. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So let's say 3 miles an hour. Let's go on the lower end. 3 miles per hour, 16. Yeah, just like my numbers precisely done by a calculator. So I bother doing the math myself, and I know I just hate doing math. Let's see, 16 total miles divided by 3, roughly 5 hours. It's like a 5-hour walk. So that's quite a distance. So I'm gonna note that now. Not even mentioning it probably wasn't even the most direct route. It could have been longer. And who knows, might have stopped to eat. He could have, you know, could have even taken a pretty slow pace. The journey was probably longer than 5 hours. That's pretty crazy, honestly. Let me make sure. Let me see if there's anything else that can authenticate these distances. Oh, let's see. Bible Hub. What is this? This could be an interesting resource, guys. Let's check this out. What's all this about? Let's see. Turn. Appears the sun. Let me see. What commentary is this? I just found. Okay, Life and Times of Jesus the Messiah. Here also. Either civil or military was sick. His despair for other means, like I mentioned. Nothing can be gained from for the spiritual interests of this or any other biblical narrative by exaggeration, but much is lost when historical demands the case are overlooked, not from any disbelief. Just trying to figure out what the distance is. I don't know. This resource doesn't sound like my cup of tea. Wait, distances. Now, distance between Cana and Capernaum. Now, this says what? This is. Oh, it's in kilometers. Yeah, that's not going to help me then. Let's see what this biomap has to say. I guess I probably could put it on the other screen. Let me just see. Let's see. Cana Bible verses. How many miles? Let's see. It's about 20 miles. So yeah, it sounds like 16 is accurate. Just want to see. Okay. So he traveled a distance. So the journey was 16 miles and longer than 5 hours. It probably was longer because, again, he is going up a grade. He is rising in elevation to get there. I think this will be important later. Honestly, it's probably more likely that it was just simply out of desperation for a cure. Because again, Jesus himself says that he needs to see to believe. He asked him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. So what's interesting here? Honestly, I don't see anything super significant about the request itself. He's asking Jesus to heal, asking Jesus to come with him. So let's see the official. Request Jesus come come to a son in Capernaum. Okay, I should not be misspelling. It's literally right in front of me. Capernaum. There. What? Oh, I still misspelled it. Oh no, I didn't. I just forgot to capitalize. A computer just doesn't like the Bible. That's all. That's it. Okay, now we move on to verse 48. Let's see what we have here. So Jesus said to him, now this I think is one of the more theologically rich verses in this passage, but we'll closely examine it and see what we have. What? No, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Here we go. Jesus said to him, unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe. So let's see. What do we see here? So Jesus said to him, unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe. So, referring to the official, he's telling him that without those signs and wonders, he will not believe in him. So let's see. Well, what's this? This is cool. Are these different things I can do? Huh. Interesting. Okay. I'm so easy getting sidetracked, guys. Sorry about that. Whoa. Wait, what's this? Oh, wow. So it's how many times that particular word occurs? Oh, no. It is not good for my computer. So let's see. If I hover over signs. Wow, it's actually very useful just for visualizing a connection between verses. But because my computer doesn't like me when I stream, I'm going to remove that. Here we go, corresponding words. Oh wait, I can do it on click. Hold up. I don't have to get rid of it. Okay. Okay, back to business. That was fun. So let's take a look at some of these cross references. So first chapter 2:18. Let's see. So the Jews said to him, what signs do you show us for doing these things? I remember that. What does that say about this verse? They said to him, then what sign do you do, that we may see and believe you? What work do you perform? Jesus said to him, you have believed because you have seen me. Blessed are those who have not seen, yet have believed. So what is Christ doing here in this verse? Now actually, let me copy that. Let me just put that there. I think this will be relevant to discussion in a second. But first, let's back up. In the context of this moment, what is being said? So wait, let's see. What do we have here? I think this is a translation note. Let's see what we have here. Eh. The Greek for you is plural. Twice in this verse. That is very fascinating. So wait, now here's where this fun tool comes in handy. So you see, okay, those are the same words. Let's see if we also connect the same. Wait, okay. Huh. Go, your son will live. So it's plural. Okay, so it's twice in this verse, but which instances? Oh, you see signs and wonders you do not believe. Okay, so both times that is plural. Yeah, see, it says right there, at the bottom of my screen. Oh, there you go, it goes away. Person plural. That says here, second person plural. Then if we go here, second person singular. So that is fascinating. So that best I can draw from this isn't just for the official, but it is also for the. Now let's see, what's this? I see this is singular too. This isn't just for the official. This is for potentially the crowd around him. Now let me see. It's not indicated that there was a crowd around him, but it was not unlikely. I mean, this official was able to get an audience, if it were, with him. So he was obviously in a public setting, most likely. Honestly, I think this changes things a bit. But let's read on. Okay. Jesus said to him, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." Let's see, then here it says, this is very curious. See, when it says Jesus said to him, which is singular. Hmm. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at this. So let's take a look at this and figure out what does Christ say about believing simply because of signs and wonders. So, first things first. You do not see signs and wonders. And that is quite evident. So, as we see, especially then what signs and wonders do you do that we may see and believe you? What work do you perform? This is the time sometimes when I get a little bit lost and try my best, pray, and figure out what is being said here. he have made the water wine? What was that? It's Cana in Galilee, where he had made water to wine. Hmm. This is curious. So, let's take a look. Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe. We actually discussed this in the past. Let's see. No, not this one. Actually, I'm going to open that. But we'll get back to that in a second. It's not that one. Let's see. I remember when my outlines were simple and short, and now they're this. Okay, it wasn't this one. I think it was actually the temple. Here we go. Temple cleansing. Purpose merchandise. No. Come on. Okay, you know what? I might just search. I have to search. So let's see. What am I looking for? Signs. Here you go. Ah, yes. This was the one of the examples. Let's see what else there is before I. If I told you earthly things. I'm not being too. Wait, let's see. Here we go. This is good. Form the signs during the feast in Jerusalem. Okay, so let's see what I have at the beginning. Wait. Often highlighted that signs don't always. So I'm going to often highlight that's signs can lead to belief. That is definitely the case. And let's see. Copy. Grab that. We'll be right back, guys. Okay. Signs can lead to belief. And that is a point we do see, especially with here with Thomas. So let's actually, I'm going to add that. The case of Thomas. And in the case of the official. So let me see, did I... Those are two significant cases. So let me go to 20. Where is it? Let me go to 20 real quick. Blessed are those who have not seen yet believe. Let me see if there's any interesting cross references. Ah, here we go. Let me see if I can think how to word this best. The best way to word this. So, let's see. Blessings come to those who believe without sight. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Let's see. In the case of Lazarus and the rich man, and the Pharisees, of course. Which, let me go back up to those. Though he had done so many signs before them, they still did not believe. Then let me check 2:23. John 2:23. Purpose of this book. Back it up. Come on, sometime today. And needed no one to bear witness about man. Let's just see what we have. See signs and wonders you will not believe. Okay. Let me see the cross references again. Let's see 2:18. See, do not work. Where was it? Truly, here we go. Jesus answered, truly, truly, I say to you, you are seeking me, not because you saw signs, but because you ate your fill of the loaves. Do not work for the food that perishes. Do not work for the food that perishes, but the food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give to you. For on him God the Father has set his seal. But for the food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give to you. For on him God the Father has set his seal. Truly I say to you, you are seeking me not because you saw signs, because you ate your fill of loaves. Here's what this commentary is to say. Does not put them through their difficulty, saying nothing. Is treading on waves. What is this? I feel like this verse really does say something. Okay, let's see. Jesus not put them through their difficulty. Says nothing of his treading horse. Let me see. I am the bread of life. Next to the crowd that remained. Here, I'm gonna do something crazy. We'll just put signs in the search field, see what happens. Let's see, when people saw the sign. Okay, let's go to the beginning. John here. Okay. You know what, guys? I've been going at it for an hour and a half now. I think I might have to do the rest of this off of stream because this is becoming really hard to manage, this lag and slow down thanks to the stream. Come on. Let's see what time it is. No, I can keep on going for a little bit longer. Let's see. Okay, I think. Wait, what? What's this? 6:30. What sign showest thou? But how could they ask for a sign when many them scarce a day before witnessed such a sign as had never till then been vouchsafed to men? But after witnessing it, they could hardly be restrained from making him a king. Let me see. He said, then what sign do you do that we may see and believe you? Fathers. Spread of Life chapter will be interesting to get to once we get to it. Okay, I guess I'm going to start. Oh, nope, it's working. That's good. So Jesus has highlighted in the past that signs can lead to belief. And it is definitely the case in this passage, and also the case with Thomas. And we learn through that blessings come to those who believe without sight. Where it says, "For we walk by faith, but not by sight." Let me see. Man believe the boy's healing. Now, I'm not so sure about that. We'll take a look. Let's see. References. So we have here. We have a couple references here. Let's take a look. Wait, what? What does it do with John 2? Oh, these are the different references. There's definitely a connection between this passage and the wedding in Cana. That's interesting. Actually, that's a good point. Let's compare. No, wait. I don't actually want to do that. I want to do this side by side. So let's... nope. Too late. Wait, back it up. See references. Okay, we're back here. Or we're not. So I can just drag this. I think I can drag. Yeah, I can. Okay, drag passages. Okay. There we go. See, they have no wine. Actually, let me go back. Let's go back to my study of the wedding. Let's see if there's any relation. Because in the mind of the writer, it is definitely a connected event. Even if it's just geographically. Let's see. Is this... No, I think it must be like one of the first. It's chapter 2. No, I think it's chapter 3. Or study number 3. Yeah. This is interesting. Actually, that's another thing. Let's see, here's the passage guide. Oh, let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing a ton of connection that would be useful to this study. You know what, guys? I'm going to take a break and come back to this. This is a very interesting study. I may do it without the stream just to keep things more efficient. I'm going to take a bit of a break now. Thank you so much for joining me on stream. I'm Chase Carrington. Please subscribe to the channel and chase the sun with me. Excuse me. God bless and good night. Thank you for joining me. in my study of John for my Bible study using the Logos